This video will show you a daily law of attraction technique for repatterning your vibration. This is the missing key for so many people, and doing this will allow you to resonate with the reality you want in a very powerful way. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a powerful meditation as well as technique for that of the law of attraction. This is something that if you apply consistently, especially for the next 21 days, I think will totally transform your life. Now the reason I say this is because in life, many times when it comes to us wanting to create something in our life, it's not like the common thing to do is to think about it and it immediately appears. It would be nice, but the truth of the matter is many times things take momentum. So the thing is we have so much momentum that's been built up from the past. There's a certain way that we've been in the past. Therefore, every single day we are in a way reenacting the same patterns over and over again. Now this is something actually neuroscience also shows, that over 90% of what we think every day is recycled from the day before, and that because of that, we create the same thoughts. We have the same thoughts, we then feel the same emotions, we take the same actions, we do the same things. And here's the thing, we cannot create anything new from the same level of thoughts, actions, and emotions. We'll continue to remain in that autopilot mind. So the key is to branch outside of that, because when we do, we start to get into the unknown, and in the unknown is where amazing things can happen. It's where we can really create what we want in our life in a very powerful way. So in this video, that's what I want to share with you, is how you can actually repattern that vibration by using a powerful visualization process. And then of course, I'm going to intermingle it in with that of the meditation, because I think that meditating and like the new style videos that I've been doing, it's about embodying that which we learn versus just the intellectual idea and understanding of it. This is about really embodying that change, embodying that wisdom. So let's first off understand that in a very important part of the law of attraction process is that of our state of being. How are we feeling in the moment? And anytime that we have a certain way that we relate to our environment, that relation, whether it's a positive thing or a negative thing, is going to determine our state of being. And the key is to not more so need the external to be a certain way, a rule in our mind. This is when this, and this happens, then I can be happy. Because when we do that, we end up externalizing our own happiness. The key to this whole process is to give things positive meaning, to choose our own state of being. You see, that's one thing that you always have the ability to choose. You can always choose how you respond to the external things in your life. You may not always be able to consciously control every little aspect in your life, but you can always choose how you respond to it. But the paradox is that by choosing how you respond to all of those things, you then start to create things in a very powerful way, because you are linking up your state of being with that how you prefer to be. So we normally will have certain ways that we've reacted to things in the past. Maybe somebody comes up to you and tells you something. They say, here's a good example. Here's something that happens to a lot of people. This is actually part of neuroscience as well. It's called neuroassociation. Now imagine that when you were younger, your parents looked at you a certain way when you said something you weren't supposed to say, and they made you feel very shameful for it. So you were at lunch or dinner, and you said something at the dinner table, and then your dad and your mom just looked at you. They gave you that look. You know what I mean? They gave you that, like, what? Stop what you're doing. Don't talk. Don't express yourself. You see, maybe we got that look from somebody. Then imagine that anytime that person then gets looked that same way, gets looked at that way, in the future, maybe it's 20 years later, somebody looks at that person in a similar way. Not even telling them what they should do, just gives them a similar look. They may all of a sudden feel this negative emotion come up because of the past experience. Because the vibration hasn't been repatterned. It's remained on autopilot. Therefore, their state of being is dictated by the external environment more so than the internal environment. So the reason I say this is because what we can begin to do is to become aware of the autopilot mind of stuff that was priorly completely on autopilot into now being aware of it so that we can then change it if we choose. We can then repattern it. The first step of any process of repatterning is awareness. When you become aware of something, that's when you can then change it. So that's just one example. There's another part of this process, though, that I want to talk about. And it's this process of what's called segment intending. And then we'll get into the technique, and then we'll get into the meditation. But I have to explain it in this way so that we understand it and how these all correlate. So segment intending is when there's certain parts of my day I would set intentions. I'll tell you right now, you start to set more intentions in your life, and your life will begin to change. Because intentions are kind of like mini outcomes. They're many little benchmarks that as we focus on, whatever we focus on, we experience more of. So when I wake up in the morning, I set an intention that I have a great meditation, be able to get to a good state of being. I then set the intention that I'm able to take a cold shower, that I'm able to wake up and feel great, feel vitalized to film a video. I set an intention that I make an amazing video, that I just get into the flow state really easy. Then I set an intention that I enjoy editing the video. You see, these are little segments of my day. Editing the video is a segment. Filming the video is a segment. Getting up and meditating is a segment. What I do is before I go into those quote-unquote segments, I set intentions for how I want those to happen, the intention for the outcome. And by doing that, I'm linking myself up with those probabilities. I'm increasing the probability that they happen. Really, with the whole manifestation process as well, it's not so much that we attract that over there into here, it's that we increase the probability of it happening, and by doing that, we end up experiencing it. You increase probability with your state of being and with your intention. Those two things are the most powerful ways to increase the probability. Belief also goes into it, but if you focus on intention and state of being, you can repattern yourself, recondition yourself for that. So the reason I just explained segment intending is because first off, I recommend you start to set more segment intentions throughout your day. When you get into your car, I intend to drive safely, to weave through traffic in a safe way, and to always be in the right place at the right time. And as we start to have these intentions, guess what? We start to then experience more of that. So it's really cool. Now here's the thing. At the end of our day, this is the technique I'm going to begin to share with you. At the end of our day, there are certain things that happened that were on autopilot that we simply were not aware of. They simply happened, and then we kind of regretted it afterwards. You say, oh, I could have done that better. Maybe, I remember back when I had a job, I would go in, and sometimes people would be venting to me about other managers and stuff. And the moment I would even agree with them is the moment I would regret it, because then I was agreeing to their reality of some manager doing something. It was like some stupid stuff. But what I learned how to do is how to then catch myself and say, you know what, next time I'm going to catch myself before that even happens. When I see them coming over with that look on their face, like they just want to kind of unleash all the things they're experiencing with at the job, then I'm going to immediately put like this ability to observe it rather than react to it. And then when that does happen, I'm able to observe it and not therefore get like sucked into the autopilot mind of me agreeing with them. Do you see what I mean? So what we can begin to do is know that throughout the day, there's always things we could have done a little bit better and things we could have been a little bit more aware of. So at the end of your day, what you do is you do an inventory of your day and you look at the parts of your day that you thought you could have done a little bit better. So for example, if I were to go to the gym and then leave the gym and then go eat something that wasn't as healthy as I could have ate, I would look at that and I'd say, you know what? Next time I'm going to look at that. I'm going to prime myself and say, next time I'm leaving and I have that emotion, I'm going to imagine myself going to the healthier option and reminding myself that then I will feel more vitalized after I eat the nutrient-rich foods rather than the food that wasn't so good for me. The next time I find myself kind of someone venting to me and me being discompassionate, I'll just observe it, not react to it, but I'm going to become a more compassionate person, which means I don't absorb it. It just means I observe it from a neutral place. I was kind of short with someone in my family member the other day. Instead of me being short with them, I'm going to start to become a little bit more compassionate there too. So as I go through the day, at the end of the day, you do this. You then imagine you're going through those different processes and you reacting differently. This begins to repattern your vibration. because our state of being is a vibration in and of itself. And if we can catch ourselves before we go into the autopilot mind, then we catch ourselves and we are able to then choose our response. This is where all of the power is. The power is in the choosing, not in the autopilot mind that is continuing to run itself out over and over and over again. So awareness is always the first step. And then the key to this whole law of attraction repatterning technique is to take inventory at the end of your day, because as you do this, as you start to see things you could have, you don't beat yourself up, by the way. You're not like, oh, I was so bad because I did this. This isn't about bad or good. This is about awareness. Be aware of the things you could have done a little bit better. Look at it. And then what you do is in your mind, you replay that situation 2 or 3 times, because repetition in the mind will start to repattern the neurons in your brain to wire in that new way. And then you do that over and over again. You imagine what it would look like. You imagine what it feels like. You begin to pattern it into your physiology. And then the next day that you go into a similar experience, maybe something starts to pattern you again. You've already caught yourself. You're already aware of what you can do differently to repattern your own vibration. Because you see, the thing is our natural state of being is that of unconditional love. It's that of joy and of peace. We grow up, we are socially conditioned to believe that we are less than that because we grow up and we're told certain things by friends, family, peers, and then we go through certain experiences and it repatterns us down to not believing that, to not seeing that, and we're holding ourselves like a bob under the water. But the key is that when you release that, when you let go of that, you immediately start to raise your state of being and you start to realize that that's who you really are. Some people call this spiritual awakening. You become more aware of who you are in this greater sense. You let go of the resistance of the ego and you end up in this high vibe state. This high vibe state can also be repatterned through catching yourself of when you try to hold yourself down under the water as a bob analogy. So that's the key. The key is to repattern yourself at the end of the day. And the meditation we're about to get into is going to help you to do that. You can listen to this at the end of the day, every single day. And what you can begin to do is listen to this, repattern yourself for it, because as you repattern yourself, you're going to find that things in your life begin to change. But you have to be aware of what was priorly unconscious. You have to be aware of the things that are on autopilot. You have to be aware of the things that you take for granted, and you have to be aware of how you relate to your environment, how you relate to other people, because in that relation, in that gap is where everything is, because that's where our state of being is. That's where the vibration is. And when we change that, we change everything. So let's get into the meditation. Now, this is something I recommend you do for 21 days, as I said. The first thing we do in all of our meditations is we connect to our heart center, because as we connect to our heart center, what we begin to do is we begin to grow the electromagnetic energy of our body. As we grow the electromagnetic energy of our body, we then become more present and we have more ability to influence on our life in a powerful way, because we're not made just in the intellectual ideas in the head. So let's go ahead right now. Let's take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. With every breath we take, we're going to relax. And let's begin. Take a deep breath in. Breathe it out. Feel your body relax more and more. And feel a wave of relaxation flow through your body right now. Now put your hands over your heart and begin to feel into the sensation of your heart. Begin to feel the warmth in your hands that is then going into your heart. And the more you put your attention in your heart, the more you are growing the love in your life. The more you are growing this electromagnetic energy around your body. The more you are creating something called head and heart coherence, which is very powerful for us creating what we want in our life. Let's go ahead and take in one more deep breath in and out. Breathe it out. Feel your body relax even more. Feel the sensation again inside of your chest, inside of your heart. Then close your eyes if you like. Now imagine that with every breath you take, you are feeling a wave of relaxation flow through your head, Flow through your chest, your torso, your hips, your legs, and out through your feet. You could feel this wave of energy carry away anything that doesn't serve you. You feel like you are repatterning your vibration right now. You feel like you're letting go of what doesn't serve so that you feel in the natural high vibe state that you naturally are. Now put the awareness in your head and feel the sensation in your forehead and imagine those muscles relaxing. Feel them squeeze and relax. Now feel the sensation in your eyes, behind your eyes, in your eye sockets. Feel it relax. Feel this warm sensation flow now through your eyes to your jaw. Feel your jaw relax, just hang there, your tongue loosening up. Feel your neck. Put the awareness in your left arm, your left hand. Feel it squeeze and relax. Your right arm, your right hand. Feel it squeeze and relax. Now feel the sensation inside of your chest. With every breath you take, you are feeling your heart energy increase with love. Feel the sensation in your abdomen, loosening up, balancing out all the energy. Now feel the sensation in your hips, loosening up, relaxing your left leg and foot, your right leg and foot. Now feel a sensation of energy go out of your heels. Put all your awareness now on your heels and feel the sensation of anything that doesn't serve you leaving your body. You are repatterning your vibration right now. Now feel the sensation through your legs, through your heels. Let go of any situation throughout your day that you didn't prefer. Let go of anything that you feel you must let go of. You are now more present to the moment than you have been in a very long time. In this state, we have the ability to influence our subconscious mind in a powerful way. And set the intention right now that you are able to repattern your vibration to that of love, to that of who you are meant to be, and to that of what you prefer. Now imagine that you are in a forest. You're in a very relaxing forest. You look around, you see moss on the trees. You see very green leaves. You can hear the bristles of the leaves as a light breeze flows through that feels so good. You hear a stream close by of water. You look around and feel so peaceful, so serene. Notice what you see and feel in this environment. Notice the colors that you see and the sounds that you hear. Now imagine those colors becoming brighter, those sounds becoming louder. And feel yourself relax more and more. Now in this place, you can come to at any time to repattern your vibration and to reset your day in any way that you choose. Now focus on anything that happened today and set the intention that the next time something like this begins to happen, you are aware of it and you can then choose your own state. Now, with this situation that you are thinking of, Imagine that it happens in a much better way. Imagine it happening completely differently, the way that you would prefer. What would that look like? How would people respond to you? What would it feel like in this situation? Now run that through your mind and through your feeling, through your heart. Another time, what would it feel like? What would it look like? And set the intention that this is how you respond next time. Now move yourself to a new situation of something that you want to repattern throughout your day, something that may continuously happen that you want to let go of. Set the intention that you remember the next time that this happens, you set the pattern that you get to choose your own state of being. Now imagine this situation happening completely differently, the way that you would prefer it to happen. Imagine what that would look like. What would that feel like? Now set the intention that you experience this next time in a similar situation. Now let's do one more. Find one situation, one more, of something you'd like to respond differently to, some way you'd like to repattern your vibration. Maybe it was some opportunity you said no to that you feel like you should have said yes to. Maybe it's the way you responded to someone. Whatever it is, imagine this situation in detail and set the intention that you are aware of it the next time this pattern comes up. Now imagine how you would like this situation to happen. What would it look like? What would it feel like? Feel the sensation in your heart of it happening, the gratitude. Now, these situations are now changed because you are more aware of them. You have now repatterned your vibration, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to count down from 5 to 1 now. By the time I reach 1, you're going to feel a higher vibration through your heart. You're going to feel your energy increasing, your vibration increasing. You're going to feel so good, and you're going to know that the rest of the day today, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to know that all of this has changed for you. 5, feel the sensation in your body going out your heels. Feel all the sensation. 4, feel it double the amount of love, double the amount of vibration in your body. 3, feel it spinning through your body. 2, 1, feel this high vibe state and soak in this vibration. Feel it inside of your heart. This is who you are. In this higher vibration, you attract things in a much more powerful way. know that from this point going forward, you can tap into this feeling anytime you want by remembering this meditation. Now I'm going to count down one more time from 5 to 1. By the time I reach 1, you're going to feel alert, present to the moment, knowing that you have changed, that you have shifted for the more positive. 5, feel yourself becoming more alert. 4, feel yourself present to the moment. 3, double the amount of alertness in your body. 2, 1. You can open up your eyes now and know that you have just shifted. You've allowed yourself to repattern things throughout your day, and that from this point going forward, you are more of your true self. So this is something, like I said, I recommend you do for 21 days in a row. I think it can absolutely change your life. I also have a free guided meditation that you can download to listen to whenever you want. It's completely free. It's on raising your vibrational set point, because when you do that, you start to create from a much more not pure, it's more of a pure vibration than anything else. It's more who you naturally are. It's not so much that you have to attain a higher state, that's who you are, and you're letting go of different stuff that no longer serves. This meditation, I believe, will also help you do the same thing, absolutely free in the top of the description box. I'm also going to be doing more live Q&As on Instagram, so if you want to ask me questions, you can go ahead and follow me here as well. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification gear so that you can see the daily vids. That's the way YouTube does it now. If you want to see my vids, you have to hit that. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.